So now, boom, COVID hits. Was there still more games to be played when COVID had hit?
No, COVID had hit. It was just.
Was a wrap already? No, I'm saying like, was the season already done?
No. Season wasn't done.
COVID ended the season.
Yeah, COVID ended the season.
So you would have had more games remaining if.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that it was over for that, and it was just like, yo, y'all gotta hurry up and get back to the States because Trump about to close the border.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like, now we in a. It went from, yo, we might play. We might still be practicing to like, yo, y'all got to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So we ended up just, everybody went back home. You know what I'm saying? And it was that reality check. Like, damn, what's going on around the world? Like,
right.
Yo, it could just end like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, mind you, the challenge, everybody was in different situations. So it's dudes that been there from the beginning of the season. But like, I worked my way into like getting into that situation. It was just clipped from there. You know
6 games in.
6 games in, bro. It's clipped. And mind you, I'm trying to like soak in all the games to, you know, coming off injury, it take time.
Mm-hmm.
You might not feel like yourself until maybe like 15th game in. You know what I'm saying? So 6 wasn't enough for me. Like, you know, we're learning the system and everything, you know, and overseas out there, you gotta make the best out of the minutes you get. Cause they trying to like balance it out. It's different, you know.
Locals, all that.
Yeah,
uh-huh.
It's some situation. I had my boy in Romania. He was like, Romanians got to be on the floor every time, you know. So you never know what situation.
Different rules.
There's different rules
in
everywhere.
Asia where like no one you can't have more than one player that's over 6'9" on the court and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's different. Game is different, man. Internationally. The following season, that 2020-2021 season, did you play anywhere?
Nah, I didn't play that whole year.
Obviously COVID was going on.
COVID was going on. It was a few dudes that ended up getting signed. I spoke to my agent, and I just didn't get signed that year. And
it was more opportunity for proven vets and stuff.
It was opportunity. Like I said, the stage I was just coming in. 3 months wasn't enough for anybody to just come in and sign me, you know, which was cool. Like, I understood that. Like, I wasn't tripping about that.
So what did you spend that next year doing?
That next year, I was just really building myself up and knowing like, yo, that's when it was hitting me like, yo, who probably is probably just not something I should put all my eggs in one basket in. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I never had that mindset, honestly. Like, it was until later.
Yeah,
you know
it was ball or nothing.
It was ball or nothing. But I'm getting older. You know, I'm trying to build a family. These things is, you know, it was challenges in a way, but you know, I was like, yo, I gotta get it myself. You know, so I started investing in my own self and my family, and just like, you know, starting things on my own to make sure we straight. You know what I'm saying? So that's really like what I was building on myself. And then it's like, all right, who put, you know, when that opportunity come again, like, it's gonna be there, you know. But it's like, yo, I'm not sitting around and waiting for it.
So what was some of your day-to-day like during that season, that 2020?
So my day-to-day at first, you know, it was like gyms was closed and stuff like that. So you in the crib doing in-house workouts. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And from there, it's just like, yo, you gotta go get it. You gotta grind. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking for
working a job or anything at that time?
Yeah, I'm looking for different work and stuff like that at the time. And I'm handy, so I started getting into a lot of handy work, and you know, I wanted to like start my own company and like being an entrepreneur and just, you know,
like repairs and stuff like that.
Not even like, you know, like moving.
Okay.
You know, moving and stuff like that, different things. So that's something I started.
Yeah. It's a major industry. It's $1 billion industry.
That's something I started on the side with my wife, you know, at the time. So
that's what's up.
Diving into that field of like entrepreneurship. So I just took that time to invest in myself and build on myself to make sure like family is straight. And then it's like, yo, it's less stressful with hoop later. If it's something I did want to do, or if it's certain sacrifices that I do need to make, it's like, at least I'm straight. I'm not going in with that worry. A lot of dudes go in with the worry and they be worrying about the bread and a lot of stuff. And it's like, you didn't really establish a lot of things on the side. You know, it's just like, it's okay to put your eggs in one basket there, but it's also cool to find something on the side too to invest in yourself, because you never know. You know, you could get cut tomorrow. You could get anything could happen to you. So at the end of the day, I still respect dudes who have that plan A and is locked in on it. At the end of I respect that too, but you never want to be in a situation where your family can't eat.
Right.
And it's not about plan A, plan B at that point. It's like you got to figure something out.
Yeah.
So that's what it comes down to, and that's what it is.
Talking it, man.
Yeah.
Then when the 2021-2022 season comes around, which is the last season, you did play. You went back to Horsens.
I went back to Horsens.
You had a solid season. Played 24 games.
Yeah.
You averaged 7 and 5.
Yeah.
How was it to have a solid impact?
So for me, that was my first time really that was my first time finishing a full season since junior year, actually. Yeah, so I'm still catching up to game speed too to start out that season. I'm on my ankle for the whole year, really testing it out, game speed, like, you know, in game and everything. So the first couple games was something I needed to get used to with that. But then it got better. Yeah. And then halfway through the season, non-contact, I partially tore my ACL, and I played through the rest of the whole season with that. Like, my performance was picking up.
Right.
I'm noticing like the doubles was coming back easy. You know what I'm saying?
Did you know that you had a partially torn ACL?
I did not know. It was crazy because, you know, everything was backed up with COVID. So now I'm hooping there. I'm hooping. You know, I noticed my knee swelled up. I'm like, yo, coach, my joint, you know, don't really feel right. But, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know what it is. But I just thought, like, because I sat out a whole year, like, I was just feeling feeling a little different. Like, yo, my body's just adjusting. But I was still, like, hooping. Right. You know what I'm saying? I started to, like, slow down a little bit over time. But, like, once it happened,
are you like doing your normal layup line routine and
doing everything? I'm doing it. It was partially torn. It wasn't fully torn. So I just noticed it felt weird. And then eventually the swelling went down, everything. So this is by December. This is right before a break and stuff like that. So I put in a request to get an MRI. And because COVID was backed up, I couldn't get my MRI until like later. You know, it took like 2 months for me to be able to get an MRI. Like, you know what I'm saying? So the hospitals, everything was backed up. You know what I'm saying? Because of COVID.
Right.
So, mind you, that happened, and I get the results, and it took like 2 weeks to get the results too after. So all of that was like already done. Mind you, we at the back end of the season. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still waiting on these results. They tell me it's a partial ACL tear. Wow. And I got the results, and I was shocked. I was bugging. I'm like, ACL, like, that's crazy. Right. So, I was about to, like, and now it's decisions. It's like, yo, should I go home? What should I do? What's, like, you know what I'm saying? What's the next move? They like, yo, we don't do surgeries for partial ACL tears. They was like, yo, you can try rehabbing your way back. They was like, we only do surgeries for fully torn ACLs.
Oh, nah.
And I was just like, what? Like, that's weird. Like, now that raised like red flags and questions to me, you know, because I'm just like, yo, how y'all don't do that? Yeah. Like, that's weird, you know what I'm saying? So for me, that was different. And so coming back from that situation, you know, I had a decision to leave and stuff like that, but I made a promise to myself, like, I was going to, you know, do what I got to do, finish the year. I would just think, like, you know, like, knowing, like, I got another injury, you know.
You ain't want to, like, not finish out.
Yeah, like, I made a promise. I sacrificed already a lot. Like, I left family and all of that, so I was just like, yo, I made a promise that I was going to stick it out the whole time, because on the mental battle of that, too, is different. People don't talk about that. People don't talk about being away from your family. You know, you gotta be mentally strong. You missing a lot of important times.
Only the dudes who's big level in Europe, like, they get to bring the family over so you don't miss, like, Like you just, you know what I'm saying? You
There's still a lot of life here though too that you missing out on.
You miss a lot on. If you got kids, you miss on the first steps, you miss on first words possibly, you miss on the first potty training, you miss on stuff like that. And sometimes dudes act like it mean nothing when they in their 20s, but when those conversations get had at the dinner table or something, when you're in your 30s, it hit like damn.
It hit different. That. And I ain't gonna lie, to some of the mentally strongest people is dudes that's overseas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that's like, cause you got people that's in like the army, the military, and all that. Be a way that seeing crazy stuff around the world. I put them like really like up there.
Yeah, I put them up
like,
there, bro.
Yeah, and then, of course anybody that's dealing with any like health problems and stuff like that. But then like after I see them dudes that's overseas away from family, on their own, you know, it's like you could be having a demanding crazy job here, but you come home to your family, you feel that like sense of relief or whatever. But out there, you're doing the same thing every day on your own.
24 hours a day.
24 hours a day, and then it's just like mentally it could take a toll on you. And let alone if you going through it with your coach or a situation out there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, you talking that real. So.